Hello, this is English Shorthand dictation and the dictation speed is 100 words per minute, which is very helpful for all governmental competitive exams. 5 seconds. Ready? Start. Generally, the first hour of a sitting of the Lok Sabha is devoted to questions, and that hour is called the question hour. It has a special significance in the proceedings of Parliament. Asking questions is an inherent and unfettered parliamentary right of members. It is during the question hour that members can ask questions on every aspect of administration and governmental activity, government, politics, and the national as well as international sphere come into sharp focus as the members try to elicit pertinent information during the question hour. The government is put on trial during the question hour, and every minister whose turn it is to answer questions has to stand up and answer the administration's act of omission and commission. At the same time, through the question hour, the government is able to quickly feel the pulse of the nation and adopt its policies and action accordingly. It is through questions in Parliament that the government remains in touch with the people as members are enabled to ventilate grievances of the public in matters concerning the administration. Questions enabled ministries to gauge popular reaction to their policy and administration. Questions also bring to the notice of the ministers many an abuse which otherwise would have gone unnoticed. Sometimes questions may lead to the appointment of a commission, a court of inquiry, or even a legislation when matters raised are grave enough to agitate the public mind and are of wide public importance. Questions are of four types: starred, unstarred, short notice questions, and questions addressed to private members. A starred question is one to which a member desires an oral answer in the House and which is distinguished by an asterisk mark. When a question is answered orally, supplementary questions can be asked thereon. Only 20 questions can be listed for oral answer on a day. An unstarred question is one which is not called for oral answer in the House and on which no supplementary questions can consequently be asked. To such a question, a written answer is deemed to have been laid on the table after the question hour by the minister to whom it is addressed. It is printed in the official report of the sitting of the House for which it is put down. Only 230 questions can be asked for return answer on a day. In addition, 25 more questions can also be included in the unstarred list relating to states under President's rule, and the total number of questions in the list of unstarred questions for a day may not exceed 255 in relaxation of the normal limit of 230 questions. A short notice question is one which relates to a matter of urgent public importance and can be asked with a shorter notice than the period of notice prescribed for an ordinary question. Like a start question, it is answered orally, followed by supplementary answers. The question to a private member is addressed to the member himself, and it is asked when the subject matter of it pertains to any bill, resolution, or any matter relating to the business of the house for which that member is responsible. For such questions, the same procedure is followed as in the case of questions addressed to a minister, with such variations as the speaker may consider necessary or convenient. The list of starred, unstarred, short notice questions and questions to private members are printed in green, white, light pink, and yellow color respectively to distinguish them from one another. A member gives notice in writing addressed to the Secretary General of Lok Sabha, intimating one's intention to ask a question. Beside the text of the question, the notice states clearly the official designation of the minister to whom the question is addressed, the date on which the answer is desired, as also the order of preference in the event when a member tables more than one notice of questions for a same day. A member is followed to give not more than 10 notices of questions, both for oral and written answer, in all for any day. Notices received in excess of 10 from a member for a day are considered for subsequent day concerning that minister during the period of that session only. The normal period of notice of a question is not less than 15 clear days. However, the speaker can relax the required minimum notice period of 15 clear days to protect the interest of the members. A short notice question can be asked with a notice shorter than 10 days, but the member has to state briefly the reasons for asking the question at such short notice. On receipt of the notice of a question, it is scrutinized to see that the designation of the minister and that of answer have been correctly mentioned in the notice. A preliminary ballot of identical questions is held, and the member who obtains priority is deemed to have tabled the question. A computerized auto ballot is then held in respect of notices received in the secretariat at the same time to determine their inter se priority. Separate ballots are held for starred and unstarred questions. Starred, unstarred, and short notice questions are numbered separately and entered in separate diaries on the computer software. The next stage is to examine the notices of questions in the light of rules of procedures and conduct of businesses in Lok Sabha, directions by the speakers, provisions of the Constitution of India and past president. A question is preliminarily asked for the purpose of obtaining information on a matter of public importance. Questions can contain arguments, inferences, or defamatory statements, or otherwise refer to the character or conduct of any person except in his official or public capacity, are not admitted. Besides, if the subject matter of a question is pending for judgment before any court of law or any other tribunal or body set up under the law, or is under consideration before a parliamentary committee, the same is not permitted to be asked